The Bold and the Beautiful Tuesday, January 20th recap. Steffi's next eavesdropping shocker. Hope quizzes lovesick Deacon. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B. Recap for Tuesday, January 20th. Reveals that Steffy Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, had her next eavesdropping shocker, while Hope Logan Spencer, Annika Noel, quizzed lovesick Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon. At home, Deacon seemed distracted when Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, tried to get flirty with him. Sheila wound up asking what was going on with Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, but she was happy to hear Deacon had another appointment since she still credited the doc with saving their marriage. Hope showed up right after Sheila left and questioned Deacon about Taylor. Deacon wasn't pleased over Deke Sharp, Harrison Cohn, leaking the details of their private conversation. But Hope pointed out that she would have heard the Taylor news from Steffy anyway. Despite how complicated all this was, Hope was willing to support Deacon and Taylor's connection if they had something special. Deacon insisted he was married and felt it was too dangerous to go down that road, since Sheila would lose it. At Il Giardino, Sheila complained to Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, about Deacon's kids not accepting her, but Lee acted like it didn't matter as long as Sheila and Deacon were committed to each other. Sheila remained thankful for Taylor's support. In Taylor's office, she spoke aloud and recorded some notes about Deacon, so Steffi came along and overheard. Steffi realized Deacon was still Taylor's patient and once again pushed her mom to get rid of him. Taylor pointed out that she hadn't acted on the feelings she developed for Deacon, but it was nice to know she could feel that way about someone after her breakup from Ridge Forrester, Torsten K. Steffi was all for Taylor moving on, but she reiterated that it couldn't be with Sheila's husband. Deacon was off limits as far as Steffi was concerned, so she drew the line and got weepy over not wanting to lose Taylor to Sheila's wild side. In the Forrester showroom on Tuesday's B&B episode, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, announced his presence and commented on the golden boy being back. R.J. Forrester, Brian Nicoletti, gushed over how lucky Will was to have a girlfriend like Elektra, so Will acknowledged that he was indeed lucky she chose him. R.J. looked a little uncomfortable as Will made out with Elektra and made plans to have chicken teriyaki at the beach house for dinner. Once Will headed home to grill it up, Dylan, Sydney Bullock, appeared with laundry and assured that she wouldn't get in the way of his romantic plans this evening. Back at Forrester Creations, Elektra got a phone call from Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, and realized she'd have to stay late at work. RJ realized that meant Elektra wouldn't be heading off to have chicken teriyaki with Will like she planned. Elektra called Will with some disappointing updates, but he was understanding about her having to cancel. Once Will disconnected, Dylan popped up with questions. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say this could be the start of Will and Elektra being driven apart, so stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful Tuesday, January 20th recap. Steffi overhears a dangerous truth as Hope presses Deacon. Tuesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered a layered mix of emotional tension, uncomfortable revelations, and quiet warning signs for relationships already standing on shaky ground. As secrets were spoken aloud, sometimes unintentionally, several characters found themselves facing consequences they were not prepared for. From Steffy Forrester Finnegan's alarming discovery about her mother's feelings to Hope Logan Spencer's probing questions for Deacon Sharp, the episode underscored how fragile trust has become across multiple storylines. Meanwhile, subtle cracks began forming in the younger generation's romances, hinting that not all love stories are as stable as they appear on the surface. The episode balanced intimate conversations with quiet, eavesdropping moments that may ultimately reshape the future for more than one family. Deacon's distraction raises Sheila's suspicion. The episode opened at Deacon Sharp's home, where tension lingered beneath an otherwise calm domestic setting. Deacon appeared visibly distracted as Sheila Sharp attempted to flirt with him. Though Sheila tried to keep things light and affectionate, Deacon's lack of engagement quickly became noticeable. Sheila, never one to ignore emotional shifts, sensed that something was off. Rather than brushing it aside, she confronted Deacon directly, asking what was going on with him, and more specifically, whether it had anything to do with Taylor Hayes. The mention of Taylor immediately sharpened the moment. Deacon downplayed the situation, explaining that he had another appointment scheduled and emphasizing Taylor's role in helping him navigate personal struggles. Sheila, for her part, remained surprisingly upbeat. She continued to credit Taylor with saving their marriage, expressing gratitude rather than jealousy. This reaction suggested that Sheila still views Taylor as an ally rather than a threat, an assumption that could prove dangerously naive if the truth ever fully comes to light. Hope questions Deacon's feelings for Taylor. Not long after Sheila left, Hope Logan Spencer arrived and quickly shifted the tone of the conversation. Unlike Sheila, Hope did not dance around the issue. She asked Deacon directly about Taylor and the nature of their connection. Deacon was immediately uncomfortable. He expressed frustration over the fact that details from a private conversation had leaked, specifically pointing the finger at Deke Sharp for sharing information that should have remained confidential. However, Hope calmly countered that even if Deke hadn't said anything, she would have heard about Taylor sooner or later, especially from Steffy. Hope's approach was measured but persistent. She wasn't accusatory, yet she made it clear that she sensed something deeper was going on. Despite acknowledging how complicated the situation was, Hope surprised Deacon by offering her support on one condition: if Deacon and Taylor truly shared something meaningful. Hope said she would be willing to stand by them. This unexpected show of understanding caught Deacon off guard. However, he quickly shut the idea down. Deacon insisted that he was married and that crossing any emotional or romantic line with Taylor would be incredibly dangerous. He openly acknowledged Sheila's volatility, warning that she would lose it if she ever suspected betrayal. The moment revealed Deacon's internal conflict. While he clearly cares about Taylor, fear, particularly fear of Sheila's reaction, continues to hold him back. Sheila seeks validation from Lee. At Il Giardino, Sheila sought reassurance from Lee Finnegan, venting about the lack of acceptance she's faced from Deacon's children. Sheila framed the issue as one of unfair judgment, expressing frustration over being excluded despite her efforts to commit to her marriage. Lee, characteristically blunt, responded with a detached perspective. She suggested that none of the outside opinions truly mattered as long as Sheila and Deacon were committed to each other. In Lee's view, the only thing that counted was whether the marriage itself was solid. Sheila appeared comforted by Lee's words and reiterated her gratitude for Taylor's ongoing support. This continued trust in Taylor, paired with Sheila's growing sensitivity about rejection, added an undercurrent of tension to the storyline. Sheila's emotional stability appears increasingly dependent on her belief that she is supported rather than replaced. Steffy overhears a shocking truth in Taylor's office. One of the episode's most pivotal moments unfolded in Taylor Hayes' office. Alone, Taylor spoke aloud while recording notes, reflecting on her sessions with Deacon and the feelings that had emerged. Unbeknownst to her, Steffy had arrived and overheard everything. As Steffy processed what she was hearing, realization dawned quickly. Deacon was not just someone Taylor had once helped, he was still her patient. Even more alarming, Taylor had developed real feelings for him. Steffy immediately confronted her mother, urging her to cut Deacon loose. The revelation stirred intense emotion, and Steffy made it clear that she saw this situation as a serious threat, not only to Taylor's professional integrity, but to her personal safety. Taylor attempted to defend herself, explaining that she had not acted on her feelings and had remained professional. She described the emotions as unexpected but meaningful, especially after the pain of her breakup from Ridge Forrester. For Taylor, the feelings symbolized hope, proof that she could still connect with someone on a deep level. While Steffy understood her mother's desire to move on, she drew a firm boundary. Taylor moving forward was acceptable, but not with Sheila Sharp's husband. Steffy's fear turns emotional. As the conversation continued, Steffy's concern escalated into raw emotion. She made it clear that Deacon was completely off limits and expressed fear that pursuing him would put Taylor directly in Sheila's path. Steffy grew visibly emotional, admitting that she was terrified of losing her mother, not just emotionally, but physically if Sheila felt betrayed. Her tears reflected lived experience, shaped by years of trauma involving Sheila's unpredictable behavior. This wasn't simply about disapproval, it was about survival. The scene underscored how deeply Sheila's past actions continued to affect Steffy's sense of safety and control. For Steffy, this was not a hypothetical danger. It was a very real threat. Will returns as the Golden Boy. The focus then shifted to Forrester Creations, where Will Spencer made his presence known in the showroom. His arrival was light-hearted on the surface, with playful banter and casual confidence. He jokingly referred to himself as the Golden Boy, setting a relaxed tone. R.J. Forrester responded with enthusiasm, praising Will's good fortune, especially when it came to his relationship with Electra Forrester. Will agreed, acknowledging how lucky he felt that Electra had chosen him. Despite the friendly exchange, subtle tension lingered. R.J. appeared slightly uncomfortable as Will openly displayed affection with Electra, including a public make-out session that didn't go unnoticed. Will excitedly made dinner plans, inviting Electra to join him for chicken teriyaki at the beach house. Dylan's quiet presence raises questions. After Will left to prepare dinner, Dylan appeared carrying laundry. She reassured Will that she wouldn't interfere with his romantic evening, presenting herself as supportive and respectful. However, the timing of her appearance and her continued presence suggested that her role in Will's life remains more significant than she lets on. Dylan's demeanor was calm, but her interest in Will was unmistakable, setting the stage for complications ahead. Electra's plans fall apart. Back at Forrester Creations, Electra received a phone call from Ivy Forrester that changed everything. The call revealed that Electra would have to stay late at work, forcing her to cancel dinner plans with Will. RJ immediately noticed the shift. The realization that Electra wouldn't be heading out to the beach house seemed to affect him more than he expected. Electra phoned Will with the disappointing news. Will handled it well, expressing understanding and support rather than frustration. On the surface, the relationship appeared solid, but once the call ended, Dylan reappeared, this time with questions. Her curiosity hinted at deeper intentions, subtly placing herself closer to Will during a moment of vulnerability, the beginning of a divide. The episode closed with clear signs that Will and Electra may be on a slow path toward separation, not through betrayal, but through distance, timing, and emotional shifts. While nothing overtly dramatic happened, the groundwork was laid for future complications. Dylan's growing involvement, RJ's quiet interest in Electra, an increasing number of canceled plans all point to an emotional divide beginning to form. Final thoughts. Tuesday's bold and the beautiful episode expertly balanced emotional intimacy with looming danger. Steffy's eavesdropping discovery may prove to be a turning point, while Hope's conversation with Deacon revealed just how trapped he feels between desire and fear. Meanwhile, younger relationships showed early signs of strain, reminding viewers that even seemingly stable romances can falter when timing and temptation collide. As secrets continue to surface and emotions intensify, the fallout from this episode is far from over, and the consequences may be more explosive than anyone anticipates. Fans should stay tuned as these storylines continue to unfold, with danger, heartbreak, and unexpected alliances all waiting just ahead.